Welcome back. We're on day 7 now, live. Well, not live, but anyway, I'm recording this. You know what I mean. I'm posting the same day. I'm at the corner of Warren and Dallas Tollway at T-Mobile's headquarters here in Frisco, Texas. Let me clarify, because this may be confusing. T-Mobile has 3 offices. Their main headquarters is actually in Bellevue, Washington. Then they have another big location in Overland Park, which is Sprint's old headquarters. But this is really like HQ number 3, so that's why I keep referring to it as T-Mobile's Frisco HQ. So just want to clarify that. But anyway, check out my new spot. So, I already did. All right. I already did some sign work for the day. I'll do a little more, but I want to talk to you about 2 stories. So yesterday I was mentioning, and this is probably a story that a lot of people, should be interested in, really, but how T-Mobile censored customer text messages in 2021. Yeah, it's a big deal. It actually happened to me, and I experienced it firsthand, and then I exposed it whenever I, stopped working for T-Mobile. And then Gateway Pundit wrote an article about me. So what happened? So Gateway Pundit had articles on their website about vaccine efficacy. And it was taught, at the time, if you turned on the news and talked to everybody, the vaccines were 100% effective. And if you got it, dude, the world was going to be saved, and everything was rainbows and butterflies, and it was perfect. Just get the vaccine, dude. We're going to get our lives back and all that stuff, right? And seriously, they used to say 100% efficacy. Then it went to 99, 95, 67. I mean, it just went on down.
Shot. We've got to make sure we clarify that with people. It has nothing to do whether or not it's effective. We know it's highly effective. Highly effective.
But anyway, during that time, Gateway Pundit had an article that was talking about how the vaccines might not be as effective as they say they are. And all of the social medias were censoring it. So Facebook and Google have already, admitted to all of their COVID censorship. What T-Mobile did was they hid text messages that had this link in it. So I'm texting my buddy, and he has an Android, freaking green messages, dude. He's lucky I'm friends with him. I hate green messages. I'm just kidding. Now that we have RMS messaging, so it's a lot better. But back then, he would send me a link, he sent me a link, and it didn't come through. And he's like, "Hey, did you get that link?" Well, no. So then, a couple days later, I sent him a link from Gateway Pundit. I think it was a different article about vaccine efficacy, and he didn't get it either. And I have all these screenshots. I'm going to show them here or over here, somewhere on the screen. I'm going to show them to you. Shout out to my buddy JT. And so I experienced that firsthand in 2021 myself. What T-Mobile did is they added this link to a WebGuard block. So T-Mobile has a product called WebGuard, and its intent is to be able to control websites that a user can go to. So it's great, like if you have kids, right, you're gonna go block certain websites, or, you know, there's different ways you can use it. I just used, you know, blocking websites, like if you have a kid phone and don't want them to go to a certain website. But anyway, T-Mobile added Gateway Pundit's link, or it might have been their whole website, actually, I don't know, links or website. Regardless, these two links that I'm talking about, they were filtered out as harmful content. So T-Mobile just decided not to send me the text message. And I'm going to show you the letter here that's from the T-Mobile lawyer to the state attorney general that dug in on this, that said it was just an accidental mistake with WebGuard and blah, blah, blah. And at the time, you know, yeah, sure, it might have looked like an accident. But years later now, it's like, oh, well, hold on. You were censoring the same stuff Google and Facebook were at the same time, and then you just kind of said, oh, my bad, WebGuard, and got away with it? Yeah, come on. Years later, now it's obvious what you were doing. So, yeah, let me look at my story here. Yeah, in January, so this was cool. I had a badass January and February, dude. I was blowing up on X, man. Everything was coming together. My journalism was working. I was talking about more stuff than T-Mobile. I was exposed to a lot of stuff. It was fun, dude. I was grinding on my computer every day. I woke up. I was so excited because every time I was posting news and information, I was growing, dude. And there's no greater feeling than betting on yourself, doing independent journalism, telling your story, doing all this stuff, making all this content, and then reaping benefits, as in more followers and subscribers and account growth. It felt great. They took all that away from me, which is what pisses me off so much about my censorship. T-Mobile and Big Tech took that all away from me. I can't make money being me anymore online. Well, maybe I ain't doing OnlyFans. Maybe OnlyFans, nah, I ain't doing, you know, I ain't got OnlyFans body. Whoa, almost got a wreck over here. No OnlyFans for me. Man, I started a rant. Oh, I know I'm talking about we got text messages. Yeah, I forgot. Whoa, what point I was making right there. So my bad. But yeah, they got away with censoring all these text messages. Oh, they added it to WebGuard. Yeah, so I explained how they did it. I mean, they, you know. Oh, my bad. So January and February, the reason I was telling you about that is because on January 13th, Gateway Pundit wrote an article about me out of nowhere, dude. I just woke up and like my ex was kind of popping off and I got like a lot of new subscribers on my Substack. I'm like, what's going on? And I find out, dude, Gateway Pundit wrote this article about me. I'll put it over here. Former T-Mobile agent confirms company's censorship of the Gateway Pundit, including eliminating TGBP links in text messages to wireless users. And so, yeah, this dude, Jim Hoft, you know, found my story and stuff, and he went and posted about the censorship, which was really cool, man. Like, I made it me. I think, look, Mom, I made it. Like, I was so happy. It was such a great time. It sucked. That's what people kind of don't understand. Like, if you just find me online, like, you're going to see me. I share raw emotions in the moment because I use my social media as a journal, and because it has created this breadcrumb trail for me as a whistleblower. And so, dude, I get a little pissed off at times because, like I told you, I built all this in January and February, and then T-Mobile and Big Tech just took it all away from me. And nobody cares. It's okay that nobody cares. I don't expect people to care. But it's just like, yo, it's fucked up, dude. I can't do anything about it. But continue just doing stuff like this. All right, we're going to go to the second story. And then let me get a drink of water. Check this out. What? All right. Yo, the reason why I'm chilling like this is because I want T-Mobile to know I can do this all day, dude. I'm on day 7. Now it's just like, I'm gonna prove a point. I mean, you guys took my free speech away. You filed a harassment charge on me that you know damn well wasn't a harassment charge. Everybody, I mean, black and white, you look at the facts, it's not harassment. It's not my fault that I'm exposing the company I work for that has nefarious actions, and you're an executive making millions, worth over $50 million at the company. Sorry, bro. Maybe you need to look in the mirror and check the company you're working for, because I got a bunch of information exposing it. Anyway, my bad. I'm on day 7. Let's see how long. I mean, yo, if it rains, I can bring an umbrella. Oh, and I live like 20 minutes from here. The house I live in, I bought to drive to this office. Well, really there's one kind of, I don't know. I don't even know how many feet that is. Anyway, 2 buildings over, there's another T-Mobile office. That's the main one I was in. And then they got this one in 2020 and then shut down the Metro office, brought all these people up here. Metro PCS office brought people up here. And then that was the Sprint integration and everything. But anyway, I live 20 minutes from here. Why, instead of setting up to record in my studio, my office that I converted into studio that I, for my content creation, I'll just come up here. This backdrop's legit, and I can even take a picture of this and just use it on my green screen because I have a green screen. But you know what? Look at all these cars. Yeah, you see that? You see that? People drive by, they're like, yeah. So, T-Mobile, you guys fucked up, man. Y'all disrespected the wrong Texan. Y'all picked the wrong one to fuck with, man. So, let's go to the second story. I want to clarify this. So I started an edition. It's called Nuremberg Trials T-Mobile Edition. And people that don't understand what the Nuremberg trials are about immediately get triggered and think it's like some violent thing where you're hanging people in the streets and all this stuff. It's wild, dude. Like, people's ignorance is what creates all the problems. The reason why I talk about the Nuremberg trials and the Nuremberg code with T-Mobile is because they 100% violated the Nuremberg code by coercing and bullying people into being vaccinated. That was a medical decision. I don't need to go through, I could talk to you for hours about how it was the right thing to do to not get vaccinated. And a lot of people watching this, if you're unvaccinated, you don't regret anything. If you're vaccinated, there's a chance that over 70 to 80% of you know you made a mistake and you regret it. And you should not regret medical decisions. You shouldn't be forced into those medical decisions. Companies like this shouldn't lock you out of offices. They shouldn't threaten your employment over and over. They shouldn't isolate you. They shouldn't discriminate against you. They shouldn't, the whole system violated in America. The news, everywhere, everything violated Nuremberg Code. You bullied people into getting vaccinated to live their lives, dude. If you get triggered by me talking about Nuremberg Code with T-Mobile, you're ignorant. You don't understand why I'm saying this. Dude, I gotta get past it, dude, because people immediately try to paint me out as some bad guy because I talk about the Nuremberg Code with T-Mobile. I'm not the bad guy, dude. These guys are. I'm the one trying to tell everybody what happened. So, I was actually on T-Mobile's business continuity team. Hey, let me put my resume here. Boop. That's my resume from 2020. I was updating it because, I was going to go work at Peloton. I was tired of T-Mobile's bullshit after the merger. But anyway, I stayed, and then I had a job that teed me up for what I'm doing now. So in 2020, I had finished. Well, let me actually back up because I want to put a screenshot of another video here. This is Jon Freier recognizing me on a company webcast for my efforts with integrating Metro PCS into T-Mobile and their go-to-market operations, promotions. I'm going to clip some of the video in right here.
I hate to single out one single person, but if I were to single out one single person, I want to single out Mark Palaciano. He's right over here. Yeah. The reason why I'm singing out Mark is Mark has been doing some tremendous things in Dallas. He's how long, Mark, with us now with T-Mobile? 13 years. Started out as a retail sales associate, associate manager, store manager. I think when I met you, you were at Skillman and Abrams, if I remember correctly, at that store, right? And has grown his career through our entire company and is now working on Levi's team and being a part of leading frontline readiness and go-to-market with Metro by T-Mobile. There was a lot of probably opportunity for process establishment, I would say. Would that be fair? In terms of how we do things. And Mark's really come in and worked with the team, worked with the incredible field team, and has really helped us in a tremendous way in a very short period of time. And Mark doesn't know this, but we all met this morning and talked for a while, and unsolicited, every single person said, unbelievable job to you, and how you rolled out that iPhone 7 promo and what you did. There's always goo. As we all know in headquarters, there's a bunch of goo that we're always working through, right? Things are a little clunky and it's not quite fitting and it's a bunch of goo. It's our job to work through that and prevent that from rolling out to the field. It's our job to not put that goo on our frontline team, that puts it on our customers. And so, Mark, you just have done a phenomenal job. So again, from me to you, big, big thanks, and the entire team, really thanks. Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. Anyway, after Metro, so the merger went through in 2020. So now you have, T-Mobile left Metro kind of on their own. Metro and T-Mobile merged in 2013, and that's actually how T-Mobile got into the stock market. So T-Mobile merged with Metro in 2013. It's actually a reverse merger, and Metro PCS's stock ticker changed to T-Mobile stock ticker TMUS, and so it was introduced at like $16.52. And John Ledger was the CEO at the time, and he was a genius because he gave all the employees stock, and he made it a big part. So we all were, passionate about it, which it all made us money, but of course it made them a shitload of money. Great plan. And so then Metro stayed all by itself. Like really, Metro's headquarters is by my house. It's like 15 minutes from here. And it was like a completely different island. Like it was a world in its own. So T-Mobile and Metro were under the same company since 2013, but up until 2019, dude, it was its own different world. In 2019, T-Mobile knew, the Sprint merger was coming and everything, so they had to hurry up and merge Metro into T-Mobile before Sprint happened. So that's how I had this role in Metro in 2019. I was the first T-Mobile employee to really walk into like Metro's culture and headquarters, and I changed the game. It was awesome, dude. I had a great time. But I was also like, it was kind of like being behind enemy lines, dude, because Metro didn't want T-Mobile people there because Metro knew that T-Mobile people were there to take them over and to get rid of all of them. And I didn't really know that part. Like when I was in there, dude, I'm in the middle of this huge political battle, and I'm just trying to roll out promotions and like, get the fuck out of my way, dude. I got to serve the front line and do my job. Anyway, I got crazy stories. So in 2019, T-Mobile smashing Metro together real quick. So then now in 2020, then you have the merger with Sprint going through. So the reason why I told you that background is because in 2020, you had T-Mobile, Sprint, and Metro all coming together at once in this merger, dude. You had 3 huge wireless companies with 3 different operations, 3 different headquarters, 3 different ways of doing things. Like you had so many different cop, I thought he saw me busted a U-turn on me real quick. He's just stopping. Oh man, he's got his lights on. Okay, never mind. We're good. And so they had these 3 companies that they merged together. And so my job was impacted, right? Which means, I was, I guess you could say technically I was laid off then, but I was a great employee, and I was in good graces of the right people. And, I got into another role. So my next role was business continuity. Really, my title was Senior Disaster Recovery Manager. Hold on, I need a drink of water. My title was Senior Disaster Recovery Manager, but then it changed to Business Continuity Manager, blah, blah, blah. Titles are stupid. But anyway, so my goal in 2020, dude, I got thrown into this. Business continuity. The point of a business continuity team for a company is to keep the company running through hell. Whatever happens, no matter what happens, keep the business running. So obviously in America's first big pandemic, or that was in my lifetime, every company needed a business continuity team. So I was, we did all of the COVID protocols. Do you remember all the BLM riots? We supported all that, so we had to keep our people safe. We had to close stores. We had stores getting, damaged, robbed. I mean, all sorts of stuff. And we had to monitor all that, dude, to keep our employees safe, keep our assets safe. Employees always came first. That's one thing I love about the culture at T-Mobile, even though it's a shit company now. When I worked there, the culture was people first, dude, which was awesome. I really got to help people in some of the craziest times and their hardest times, and it really felt good helping those people. And so with COVID, you remember we had social distancing, we had masks, we had all these different requirements. And remember, T-Mobile, at the time, we had 17,000 stores after the merger and 50,000 employees spread across, we were like in 48 states, I think. We were like across 48 states. And so on my team, we had it divided up. People had regions and we had to monitor our regions. So like I had the West Coast, dude. Yeah, I had the West Coast. I had to monitor. So if a county or city did change their social distancing policy, their mask policy, vaccines, the signage, all this stuff, we had to monitor, and then we had to communicate to our stores and be like, hey, put your signs up. People are required to wear masks today. Or we had times where we had the stores open and people couldn't even come into the stores. So employees had to sell stuff and walk it out. It was just, oh my gosh, I got stories for days. It's so much chaos in my head. It's hard to bring it back. But anyway, so I was on this business continuity team, and I helped build the dashboard that the executives used to know when stores were closed, to know how many employees were out. I led an effort to where I gathered a whole team together, man, and this is so dystopian right now as I'm saying it. Just, guys, don't judge me for this. Dude, I created T-Mobile's Big Brother program, I guess, for COVID. So we divided up, we had asset protection, operations, all these people, and they were looking into the cameras in stores and seeing what stores were following COVID guidelines. Yeah, dude, my bad. I was just doing my job. Pretty wild. So, because we were getting in trouble. We were having city violators and codes, and T-Mobile was getting fined, and we were getting in trouble. We were fined and getting in trouble for employees not following protocols. And I guess it does suck to be Big Brother, but dude, employees, sorry, it did suck. You have to follow the rules, though, when you were at work, and it sucked. It's a shitty situation. But anyway, so I led this group where I had all these loss prevention operation people spying on stores and creating metrics on who was doing, what was right. It was crazy, dude. Here's a text message. So, just to show you kind of the type of communication I had. Here's a text message with Jon Freier and Dara Sadri. Dara Sadri is Jon Freier's right-hand man. And as you can see here, this is, Dara texting John. Dude, the pressure that they put on me during this time was crazy, man. I delivered, though. We stood up away for stores. So imagine this, dude. When COVID was having to close stores, oh my gosh. So once employees figured out we had these policies where, at the beginning of COVID, if somebody got sick in your store, we would close the whole store and everybody would go home for 2 weeks. And everybody would get paid to go home for 2 weeks. So we had employees going on vacations. Some of them did side jobs with Uber Eats and all this stuff. And I'm talking about the stores, right? Well, then you leave at these T-Mobile stores, man. I know some of you customers know they're shady, dude. They come up with some shady shit all the time. Some of these stores, man, it wasn't like that back in my day. I didn't run a shady business. But these days, T-Mobile stores are shady as can be. So these employees figured out that when they came back after being off for 14 days, they would just say someone else in the store got sick. So if you had a store full of 20 people, dude, we had stores that were shut down for months because these people had to go out of the workforce, and they just, you know what? And I'm proud of you employees. You guys might be shady when it comes to slamming insurance and lines and all sorts on people's account, but I'm actually proud of you for sticking it to T-Mobile there, man. That's hilarious. These guys, we had some stores closed for months. And so, yeah, what was that? I was really just talking about kind of COVID. So that dashboard we had to monitor. Oh, the store closures. So we had to monitor when employees were out. We had these stores closed. Dude, they were doing this stuff manually. Like, as a business, as a Fortune 100 company, you have to know what stores are open and what stores are closed. Like, think about how many people go to Google and you search T-Mobile store and you drive to the store down the street. You need to know if it's opened or closed. So much complexity comes into closing stores for people getting sick and pandemic stuff like this. They're doing it all manually, dude. I stood up, like, I got the team together. We stood up this grimy process. Like, of course, T-Mobile, these people, like all the teams that make you jump through red, hoops and shit didn't like it. But I had an automated way to where stores could report the store closures, and we created data, which gave us this dashboard. That was a game changer at T-Mobile, dude. I guess I'm still a game changer right now because I'm sitting outside. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to close this video out. I've just been talking. And hey, if you got any ideas for topics, dude, throw them in the comments. I mean, I've been talking a lot about T-Mobile stuff. I do have other topics to talk about. I don't really like to talk about politics a lot, dude. Politics is just consumed American. There's like a million different places you can go get information on. I just hate it, dude. But hey, throw your ideas, dude. Share what you want me to talk about. Maybe I'll bring some stuff up here. I can do a video from home, whatever. Anyway, check this out, dude. This is an office that was right by my desk here. In this office right here on the 4th floor. Oh, look. Hey, if you see the T-Mobile T, so the window directly to the right, that was like, my desk was like 10 feet from there. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So right there and there, up there, there's an office, this office right here, 4E666. This office was right next to my cube. Dude, it's actually Western culture, I think, that kind of makes 666 more bad. I think or I shouldn't say, man, don't get me started, sorry. 666 isn't always a bad thing, okay? It isn't always a bad thing, is I guess what I was trying to say. But it also, in Western culture, it is a really bad thing. Because it is bad, it can be, it's both, it's crazy. That's what they do, there's double meanings for stuff to create confusion. But anyway, so this office, 4E666. Dude, if I worked here, man, if I was executive here, I would have changed that. There wouldn't be any office in my building 666. I mean, we have, don't like most of the buildings skip like floor 13 or whatever? Like, why would you have office 666 here? Well, maybe because your company's likes that stuff. I mean, you guys, somehow you pumped up the stock to an all-time high on 6624. And you used the pride and transgender agenda to do some evil stuff. That seems like a good way to close this video out. All right, guys, I appreciate it. This is day 7 again. We're up here at T-Mobile's headquarters here in Frisco, Texas. We'll see if tomorrow's going to be day 8. I mean, it's just principle now. Woo. But yeah, hey, thank you. 25 minutes. All right, guys. Until next time, stay tuned.